Imagine a God who isn't pulling strings behind the scenes like some cosmic puppet master, but instead is genuinely present, responsive, loving, and maybe even vulnerable. Sound radical? It is. Welcome to the world of open and relational theism. I'm Theology Jack, your guide in exploring life's questions and mysteries. Open and relational theism. Okay, sounds like a term a philosophy professor might toss out mid-lecture to watch his students squirm. But at its heart, this is a down-to-earth, deeply relational way of thinking about God. Here's the gist. God isn't a distant dictator locked in eternal certainty, watching the cosmos unfold like a pre-downloaded Netflix series. Instead, God is an active participant in the story, a creator who cares so deeply that the future is left open, shaped by the free choices of humans and, frankly, all creation. Picture this. God isn't holding all the cards. Instead, God's at the table with us, improvising alongside our every move. Love demands risk, and according to open theists, God is all in. Let's break it down. Okay, so open means the future isn't all sewn up. Sure, God knows everything that can be known, but the actual choices we make, that's an unfolding mystery. God is like the ultimate jazz musician, riffing as the melody of history plays out. And then we have relational, and that's the kicker. God doesn't just love the world in some abstract Hallmark card way. God is in a living, dynamic relationship with us. Our decisions, joys, and heartbreaks, they matter, like really matter to the divine. Now, some of you might ask, doesn't this make God, kind of weak? And that's a fair question. But open theists like to flip the script on it. Isn't a God who chooses vulnerability stronger than one who demands control? Here's where things get spicy. Open theists say, yes, God knows all things, but only the things that can be known. Think about it. If you're playing a board game, God knows all the rules, every possible move, and the strategies you might use. But your specific choices, those are yours to make. It's a radical rethinking of divine omniscience. God isn't less knowing. God's knowledge is just dynamic, relational, and alive. And maybe, just maybe, that makes God more awe-inspiring. Here's the deal. Love without risk isn't love. It's coercion. Open and relational theism takes this idea and runs with it. God's love is so profound, so overflowing, that God actually risks heartbreak. God's not sitting up there smug and untouchable. Nope. When you mess up, when injustice runs rampant, when the planet groans under the weight of human greed, God feels it. Imagine the courage it takes to be the creator of the universe and still let your creation have the freedom to say no. That's love, and that's vulnerability. Open theists didn't just dream this up over lattes and long debates. The Bible is packed with moments where God appears, brace yourself, surprised. God appears surprised. Genesis 6, God regrets creating humanity after seeing the flood of evil in the world. Wait a minute, what did I say? God regrets? Yep. Jonah, God sends a prophet to warn Nineveh of impending doom, but when they repent, God changes course. It sounds like flexibility to me. Jeremiah 18, God literally says, if at any time I announce that a nation or kingdom is to be uprooted, but if that nation repents, then I will relent. God reserves the right to respond to the choices we make. Let's not sugarcoat this. Open and relational theism isn't everyone's cup of tea. Critics? Oh, yeah, there's critics. A lot of them, yeah. But critics argue that it makes God seem, well, too human. If God doesn't control everything, doesn't that make God weak? And what about prophecy? If the future's open, how can God predict what's coming? But here's the thing. Open theists argue that God's sovereignty doesn't depend on control. Instead, it's rooted in relationship. Picture this: a teacher in a classroom who doesn't dictate every move, but guides students toward discovery. Who's more inspiring, the micromanaging lecturer or the one that fosters genuine growth? Here's where open and relational theism hits home. If this is true, then your life matters, like really matters. Your choices aren't just some part of a pre-written script. They shape reality. And God is the ever-present companion, the loving force who walks with you through every twist and turn. It's a relationship built not on fear or control, but on mutual trust and love. At the end of the day, open and relational theism invites us to rethink everything we thought we knew about God. It's not about rules or doctrines. It's about relationship. It's about a God who isn't just up there, but is right here in the mess and beauty of life, choosing to love us, risk and all. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments down below. I'm reading everything and might even include your question or comment in a future video. And hey, click like just to be cool. If you dig this kind of content, hit subscribe too. Let's map ideas that can change the world together. Thanks for watching till the end, fellow explorers. Stay curious and embrace the mystery. This is Theology Jack, signing off.